Saya akan membentangkan tentang introduction global warming. Global warming is a term used for the observed century-scale rise in the average temperature of Earth's climate system and its related effect. Scientists are more than 95% certain that nearly all of global warming is caused increased concentration of greenhouse gas, GHGs, and other human emission. Within the Earth atmosphere, accumulation greenhouse gas like water vapor, carbon dioxide, methane, nitro oxide, and ozone are the gas with the atmosphere that absorb and emit heat radiation. Increase or decrease amount of greenhouse gas with the atmosphere add the hole in or release more of the heat from the sun. Carbon dioxide is the most important greenhouse gas related to global warming.
Saya akan membentangkan part 1 iaitu Engineering Management in Society. Yang pertama, Law and Standard in Engineering Practice. Pointnya, to limit and manage the harmful impacts of climate change and focus on environmental, numerous legislation such as the Environment Protection Act of 1986, the Water Act of 1974 and several other laws. Yang kedua, engineer must not release facts, data or information without the client or employer's prior authorization unless otherwise permitted or required by law or this code. Yang kedua, legal and regulatory obligation for public safety and protection of the environment. Yang pertama, states are required to provide effective remedies for human rights abuse under the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, the International Covenant of Civil and Political Rights, and other human rights treaties. Yang kedua, those who are impacted must have access to meaningful remedies, including legal and other reparation procedure, both now and in the future. Yang ketiga, state responsibility in the face of climate change and other environmental problems extend to all right holders, including harm that happens. Next page. Next part. Yang pertama, profession. Climate change is a several worldwide issue, and the bulk of greenhouse gas emissions are produced by companies that are supported by engineers and represented by engineering professional organizations. If professional institutions take seriously the claim that a profession should be self-regulating with code of ethics that go beyond more obedience to the law. Yang kedua, employers. Employers, workers and their organisation must debate and agree on effective policies and preventative initiatives that will sustain and increase productivity and worker health. Yang ketiga, to minimize greenhouse gas emission technical transformation through new, more environmentally friendly invention must be deployed to replace present technological technique. Page seterusnya. Climate change is a serious global problem, and the majority of greenhouse gas emission come from industry that enabled by engineering and represented by the engineer professional institution. If the professional institution takes seriously the claim that a profession should be self-regulating with code of ethics that go beyond more evidence to the law. And if they take their own ethical code seriously, the Board of Engineers Malaysia (BEM) is a statutory body constituted under the Registration of Engineers Act 1967 with perpetual succession and common seal, which may sue and be sued. BEM primary role is to facilitate the registration of engineers, engineering technologies, inspector of works, sole proprietorship, partnership, and bodies corporate providing professional engineering service. Next.
Part 3, Sustainability and Green Engineering. For the question A, illustrate model of sustainable development. B, structure Malaysian Green Technology Master Plan. And C, invention and innovation towards sustainability and green technology related to the global warming. For the question D, the needs for the sustainable green engineering toward providing the solution in global warming. Analysis of the relationship between sustainability, culture and curriculum in civil engineering and mechanical engineering programs in current resources regarding sustainability, global climate change and other environmental issues. A common assumption is that humans will be able to engineer themselves out of environmental predicament. Some green-focused engineers are working on designing new technologies with an emphasis on sustainable engineering and design. However, they are currently a minority. If the technology advance in infrastructure, energy production, fossil fuel reduction, and waste are going to be part of society solution to sustainability and global climate change. Engineers are going to have to change the way they identify themselves as active participants and develop new skill sets in solving multidisciplinary problems. This is the global warming and engineering problem for sustainability method and implementation of the integrated management concept of resource and related ecosystem.
The conclusion, we all know those who are strenuously doing their best to deny it, that the earth is in a grave danger. The condition for human life, even the condition for life itself, are severely threatened. There have been previous radical shift of climate as well as catastrophic mass extinctions across the almost 4 billion year history of life on Earth. Information about the cause and the effect of climate emergency, habitat destruction, and loss of biodiversity is readily available. There is also no shortcut of advice and encouragement as to what we can do about this present and immediate threats. We want to focus on the fundamental aspect of human response to this uncovering of our career in dangerous situation. These are the reference that we get from the Google. Sekian, terima kasih.